back to the Unraveling Soprano. I'm Heather, and this is Vlogmas Day 5. Today I have a bunch of things I gotta get done. First, I am not wearing a me-made sweater. This is a ready-to-wear sweater. I don't really love it. I just kind of wanted a black turtleneck. Just got it on Amazon. This is gonna be one of those things that, like, I'm gonna want to eventually make myself. I just want to find something that is as lightweight, so maybe something in a lace weight, and a lace weight black turtleneck mock neck sweater sounds like a very long project, so it's not gonna be anything I start anytime soon. um but today we have a lot of things that I have to get done. I have to film a podcast later today. I want to wrap all my gifts, which I'll take you along for that. And I might go for a walk, and then I have a voice lesson that I have to teach later on. So first, before we get into any of that, what is the tea of the day? What day is it today? None of these are in order. So instead of just like hunting, I'd like to know what day it is. So I had coffee this morning already. So if this is a normal tea, that would be great. So I'm not overly caffeinated. Ooh. Oh, yeah. Out. So this could be good. This is Rooibos Pecan Turtle. It's got rooibos tea, apple pieces, cocoa nibs, cinnamon, dark chocolate chips, chicory. What is chicory? It's the second or third time. Is it a bark? Yeah, I don't know. Pecan flavor, caramel flavor, chocolate flavor, marigold flowers. I don't love the. I kind of wish it was like minus the flavors, because I just don't know what the flavors are. It's not gonna kill me. It'd be nice to know. It'd be nice to know. All right. Gonna make some tea. And then, I don't know how I'm gonna showcase me filming my podcast, because I'm filming on my camera. So maybe I'll just do outtakes of me filming my podcast. I haven't figured it out. I'm learning so much through Vlogmas on how to like actually film things. It's been a really great learning experience. Yeah, so after I film my podcast, I will hop back in to talk about how I wrap my gifts. I actually have a little bit like explainer before I do that. I hate buying wrapping paper. I hate it. I think it's personally, people, you wrap it up, they throw it away. It's not usually recyclable. Um, so I bought, like, I want to say 4 or 5 years ago, I bought like 2 rolls of this craft paper for creating patterns for myself, which I wasn't very good at. So I had all this left over. So I'm going to be using craft paper, but I like to, and I'm hoping this doesn't actually make this not recyclable. I'll have to double check this. But I like to draw on the wrapping paper, because I just think it makes it look more fun. And so I might be using some watercolor today. If you're sitting there going, "Wow, Heather, that sounds like some Martha Stewart, like really crazy craft that only has somebody with lots of time in their hands would be able to do." You're right. You're right. It's some years I don't do it. But this year I'm doing it. If you are the type of person to go to the dollar store and buy a bunch of wrapping paper, love that for you. Continue doing so. This is just something I like to do for fun. If it's not fun, don't do it. But if you're like, I have about an hour to kill, because a couple different ways you can do it. I also, in years past, have created reusable gift bags, which I might pull one of those out to show, because that actually is a little bit more practical. Because again, like this craft paper, it's going to get thrown away. But the reusable, where was that? The reusable gift bags, we kind of just circulate within my family. So we use them every year, and they're super simple to make. And if you have extra quilting fabric, it is a really easy craft. So I might pull one of those out. I'm not going to make any more of those. If I have any left, they may have been used by other family members to wrap things already. If I can find one, I will show you what I did. Super simple. But yeah, so after that, I might go for a walk. Might take you along for that. And then I have a voice lesson I have to teach. I'm not gonna film the other person on the voice lesson, but I might film just me teaching a voice lesson, and then I'll wrap up the other day. So yeah, I will check back in when I am done with my podcast. All right, bye. Okie doke. So I have filmed my podcast, so that's in the books. It's gonna be a shorter one than usual. And I think I was able to get some B-roll of me filming it, so that'll be nice. So you'll see that. I have steeped my tea, so it's ready. It smells very kind of smoky. It's a very mild flavor. You're supposed to steep it for 5 minutes. I think I steeped it for a little longer. What I love about rooibos tea is that like you can't screw it up. Like you can put like super. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. If you are a tea aficionado, but I'm pretty sure you can do like boiling water and let it steep for like whatever, and it'll just be fine. And then you can like re-steep this. I've re-steeped. I think the maximum I've re-steeped a rooibos tea is like 3 times. But yeah, it's a good value for money. And it's super hydrating. It's like when I worked at David's Tea, they said it was like nature's Gatorade. I don't know if that's true. And I don't think it was David's Tea that said it. I think it was my manager that said it. So like I don't even know if that's like backed by science. But it is an herbal tea, and herbal tea is like water. It's nothing else. It's like water. Um, okay, so I am going to work on wrapping some gifts. First, I wanted to show before I actually I'm gonna get glitter everywhere. Crap. Before I show you the like the painting, I wanted to show you what a probably the most sustainable way of wrapping would be just completely reusable gift bags. So this is mind the wrinkliness, sorry. This is something I bought. Like we bought a bunch of remnants last year, or year before at this point. And this honestly isn't a completely full finished bag. I think I started this when I gave up. But at the end of the holiday season, usually those remnants are like super discounted. The Christmas remnants, and you can buy a bunch of them at your local Joann's. And what you want is like just the cotton quilting fabric. I think that makes it the best. Because I think that, well, one, if you've never sewn before, you want to start with a stable fabric. You want to start with something that is woven instead of knit. So, we all know what a knit fabric is because we're knitters. But you want something that's woven and relatively tightly woven. Granted, quilting cottons are less tightly woven as they were like in like the 40s and 50s. But so you're gonna get yourself some quilting cotton. You are going to cut 2 triangles. No, 2 rectangles. Ooh, Heather. 2 rectangles. You are going to, or a really long rectangle. This is, I think, what I did on this one. And you are, if it's a really long rectangle, you're going to fold it hamburger style. So you have length. And you are going to sew up the sides. So I sewed up, I think I, don't look at me, look at it. Focus. I serged these because I was like not feeling it. I wanted it to be as quick as possible. So I serged the sides. And then what I should have done, what I think we ended up doing with this one is just putting the item in and then grabbing some ribbon and tying it over. So you can do that if you don't want to do any more sewing. If you want to just like be done, grab some ribbon that you have lying around and then you have just a sack. But if you want something that has like a drawstring, what you can do is you can fold over the edges and then you're gonna sew along, but you want to leave yourself a channel. So I would sew down, I would do an overlap of like inch, 2 inches. Don't worry about the inside. No one's gonna see the inside. Don't worry about folding over. Like, you don't have to make it nice. You don't have to make it like if I had lots and lots of time, I would roll over that edge, make it look like this. Don't look at me. Look at it. Come on. But I don't care about that. So I just want to fold it over like this because nobody's gonna see the inside. It is important that you leave yourself 2 openings to thread your string. You want to do it at the sides with your seams. So basically, you're going to take your machine and you're going to put like, let's say, sorry. You're going to maybe start here, like right at the end of the cotton thing. And you're going to sew all the way along until you get to that side. And then maybe stop there. And then start again here. So basically give yourself like an inch where you're not sewing. Then you're going to either do 1 long ribbon and then just tighten it up on one side, or you could do 2 ribbons where you do 1 ribbon through here, 1 ribbon through here, and then you'll be able to like cinch it in. And then these will be good for forever. Like, they could last longer than you do, depending on how well you treat them. So the nice thing about these is they are machine washable, and yeah, it's just really great. They're really great reusable items. So I did several of these a couple years ago, and I probably will be using some of them, but I also wanted to do sort of just paper ones people could just like rip open. This craft paper is recyclable. I don't know when I watercolor it if it's no longer recyclable, so I'm gonna look that up and I'll let you know. But there's 2 ways that I normally do this. The first way is I wrap the item. Oh no. I am not the best gift wrapper. I was in a production of She Loves Me when I was in college, and there's a scene where Amalia is the lead, the character I played. She is wrapping a bunch of gift presents and she's singing with the other female lead, mezzo. Can't remember her name. Remember the person who played it, but I can't remember the character name. But we're supposed to be wrapping gifts and like talking and like just kind of like gossiping. And we're doing it through song. We're like singing, and I remember like the other woman I was singing with was doing a beautiful job. She was able to like sing all her lines beautifully and wrap her gifts and do it simultaneous. And I was a hot mess where the director was like, "Have you never wrapped a gift before?" And I had to be like, "Yeah, but I did it poorly." Like, and also like I can't, like, I'm trying to like concentrate on the singing. So yeah, so I've never been very good, but you can wrap the gift and then you can draw on here and then paint here. I only do that when I know the item in the wrapping is protected. So there's a cardboard box underneath this. So if the cardboard box, like the water, because this is not watercolor paper, it's not going to absorb in the same way. So I know underneath the package is going to be fine. The other way to do it, if you're not sure, because I have some, I have some like books that I want to give to people. You can paint on this first, let it dry, and then wrap the item. This is a little bit more labor intensive. Also, what you could do if you want to avoid all of that is you can use colored pencils or markers or what else could you use? You could use oil pastels. I just don't know how you would set it. And I have some oil pastels, so I might mess around with that. But also, I don't know if oil pastels make that, again, like not recyclable, because I don't think you can recycle oil pastels. That would be another thing I need to Google. So I'm going to try to figure out a way to move this camera in a place where you can see like over my shoulder. We're going to see. We're going to test some stuff out. But yeah, I'm going to go do that and I'll check back in. All right. Bye-bye. Wanted to hop on real quick to update you with my progress. Halfway through wrapping all my presents, I realized that the tape I was using was not recyclable, so I had to kind of pause. But I also found out that if you use oil pastels, those aren't recyclable, but watercolor is, and Sharpie is fine too, because it just comes off in the process. But I wanted to show you, can I show these without showing the names? Look how cute this is. I don't expect anybody to, I don't expect anybody to do that kind of level. I just kind of got into it. Most of my wrapping paper kind of look like this, where it's just like little things that can be redone. Also, I thought another quick idea, if this is too much, would be to use stamps. But I don't know about the stamp ink. But yeah, and the whole purpose of this was to use what I have and to not buy anything new. I ended up buying paper tape, which is not great. But now I'm going to go on a quick walk. I'm going to wrap up, go on a quick walk, and then kind of get ready for my voice lesson that I have to teach later today. All right. I just finished my voice lesson and I'm pretty much done for the day. All I have left to do is edit this video and then I'm done. Then I'll probably spend the rest of the day just like knitting, but I don't have that much. Don't have that much day left. All right, so if you enjoyed this, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and leave a comment. And until next time, happy Vlogmas. Bye!